So, I was, I'll read this stuff about Nietzsche because I am on to my second part of the Nietzsche biography.
Second half of it? Oh,
Well,
talk.
second,
Okay.
yeah, I'm going to have a few. Probably 4. Anyway, page 105. Cosima was privately a great believer in the supernatural. In Wagner's presence, she pretended a great skepticism so as not to look foolish in his eyes. 111. Nietzsche's friend Erwin Rohde managed to place a favorable piece in the Norddeutsche Allgemeine Zeitung.
Norddeutsche Allgemeine Zeitung. So that's
it's going to be a lot better with
North
James.
German General Journal. Like
it repeated Nietzsche's argument concerning the death of the sacred and the mystical through the crucial consistency of Socratic thought. His concern at the creeping cultural vandalism by socialist barbarians and the mantra the Wagner's reinvention of the pantheon of Germanic gods was providing the firm foundation of the cultural revival of the German nation. William Mowitz, Nietzsche knows less about Homer than a Serb or a Finn. Nietzsche's reputation was damaged for the short term. Only 625 of 800 copies printed and published in 1872 sold over the next 6 years, but eventually The Birth of Tragedy became one of Nietzsche's best-selling books. It's page 112. 126. Nietzsche's distinguished doctors diagnosed chronic gastric cataract accompanied by an abnormal amount of blood in the body, causing a dilation of the stomach and vascular engorgements, resulting in the head being insufficiently supplied with blood. Leeches, cupping, and Spanish electrotherapy, hydrotherapy, massive doses of quinine, and new miracle drug called Hohenstein solution. None of them, Nietzsche felt, did any good at all. 127. He read medical and physiological texts voraciously. I have no idea how medicine and kitchens can ever make me well again, he said. Probably the worst affection his health produced by the best regarded stomach specialist of the time, Dr. Joseph Wheel, 1875. Nietzsche was prescribed the usual enemies and leeches, but the real novelty was Wheel's miracle-working diet. Meat and only meat, 4 times per day. Nietzsche's sister, Elizabeth, cared for him often. 128. Writings about Nietzsche. Brother and sister were almost too close. In 1951, My Sister and I was published. It was written in an asylum in Jena. It was obviously written as revenge for his family not allowing a tamer confession, Ecce Homo, to be published. 129. It turned out that My Sister and I had been a forgery written by Samuel Roth, who was responsible for similar exposés. My Sister and I is still printed as written by Nietzsche, without no mention of the real author. 130. Nietzsche only fell in love with clever women, starting with Cosima. 131. Elizabeth was intelligent. Nietzsche wanted her to attend lectures at university as a Horerin listener, the only way a woman could attend a lecture theater back then.
So her, and that's cognate with here. In is the feminine, right? So it's a feminine here.
Okay. Franziska was opposed to this. That was their mom. Elizabeth never wanted to be mistaken for one of the feminist new women, as she described as fighting for the rights of trousers and the political rights of voting cattle. 161. Spur's philosophical system is based on the demand for absolute certainty. What matters is not truth, but certainty. The only unconditionally true proposition is the law of identity. A equals A. Nothing in the realm of becoming Geshen is truly self-identical. We must postulate an ultimate reality, although we can say nothing about it except that being self-identical, it must exclude plurality and change. Spur claimed that this provided logical demonstration for what Plato and Parmenides had grasped intuitively. Spur influenced Nietzsche. 162. Ries, how do I pronounce that? That's his name. I don't know how to pronounce it though.
Ray. It seems like a French name. Ray.
Basic principles in his doctoral dissertation, 1875. Human actions do not depend on free will. Conscience does not have a transcendental origin. Immoral means are often praiseworthy for the sake of the good end. There's no progress in human affairs. Kant's categorical imperative is not suited to a practical doctrine of morals. 163. Rays carried about